Meet the Chinese sleeper train that's more difficult to get tickets to than a Taylor Swift concert.
Have you ever seen this in front of a train in your life?
I've never, ever in my life.
And on this 17-hour journey, I'll be introducing the wonders of the self-heating, portable, very spicy hot pot.
That's really spicy.
I'm heading to China's most northern city, a city so cold that water, when exposed to air, will turn directly to powder. In other news, I found the roast chicken of my dreams. All that coming up and more, so grab snacks, get comfy, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.
Hello, and welcome to Northeast China, more specifically Harbin Railway Station, where myself and Shan here are about to get on that green train behind us for a 17-hour overnight journey to China's most northern city, Mohe.
Yes.
It's famous for its subarctic temperatures.
I don't know if I'm under-preparing or over-preparing. I borrowed this from my mom. This is right now cold.
So in preparation, earlier that day, we took a trip to the iconic Changchun outdoor store to stock up on essentials.
Hello，我们要去漠河。
那么冷。
对，我们需要很厚的东西。
We have bought thermals so thick you can see them from space.
Yeah.
We have enough nuanbao to heat a small Chinese city.
Nuanbao. This, for me, living in Dongbei for the last 4 years, has been an essential part of my wintertime get-up. I have so many of these plastered to my body at any one time. I open up my jacket and I look like Neo in the Matrix, except I have nuanbao.
My dad is asking, what are you going to do there? I said, I'm not sure.
I'm personally super excited. I've always wanted to go to Mohe because I've heard it's the only place in China that you have the opportunity to see the northern lights.
Let me just put into context just how north we're actually going. So here's a map of China. Right up here in the northeast, we've got Harbin, where we're boarding this train. We're already very far north, as you can see, but over the next 17 hours, we'll be making our way more north and north and north until we arrive in the city of Mohe.
You wouldn't think that a 17-hour overnight journey, it would be incredibly hard to book or very in demand. Turns out this is harder to get tickets for than a Taylor Swift concert.
I was sharp, 10 o'clock. When it opens, I was immediately there. And in 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds, all gone.
So you may have the same question that we do. Why? Well, we started to understand the moment we arrived on the platform that this was not going to be your usual green skin train experience.
I am in shock right now. I've been in China a long time. I've caught a lot of trains and a lot of green skin trains. Never in my life have I seen this. We've got a guy singing. We've got the train staff dancing with pom-poms like cheerleaders.
Yes.
And we were insanely lucky to see this because they only perform on a handful of special days. And just to be very clear, I did not plan this. I have zero affiliation with the Chinese railway. This is pure dumb luck. And we even got handed a tanghulu. Honestly, what is happening right now? Something else that's a bit different about this train is the demographic.
Hello from 10 minutes ago. I'm still inside the station before getting onto the platform, and I'm just looking at the clientele of this train, and you would be fooled into thinking we were going to a Taylor Swift concert because it's very young, it's very fashionable.
It's almost like this train has become a tourist destination in its own right.
I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to show you guys once I'm inside, but this is a soft sleeper. So there are 4 beds in one cabin, and you actually have a door. And there are some very thoughtful decorations, like a dongli here, the frozen pear of Dongbei. Yeah. In there, we even have a picture of Guoba Can you see? Sweet dreams of Guoba as you sleep. We are not in the soft sleeper. We are in a hard sleeper.
Yeah.
Which have some notable differences, but I'll show you when we get to ours.
Yeah, here we are. This is the hard sleeper.
You've got 6 beds to one cabin. They're hard, they're not as soft, and there's no door. So it's very much a communal experience, but at least we have a bed. There's actually a lot of cabins. I wonder if they actually still have the hard seats. Do they have hard seats?
Yeah.
We actually went and visited the hard seat section where these guys here will be doing this overnight 17-hour trip from these seats. My thoughts and prayers to you.
I did it once, an overnight train in a hard seat with food poisoning.
Holy shit.
The devil couldn't catch me, so he gave me food poisoning on an overnight hard seater.
Suddenly, our hard sleeper looks very soft and inviting.
Ooh, we have left the station.
For the first 20 minutes or so of this journey, people were just getting themselves settled in, and I was very interested to see what people brought with them to make their journey as comfortable as possible. In fact, prior to this trip, I too made some preparations of my own.
In the spirit of getting tickets to something that's really hard to get tickets for, I did want to make
Holy shit!
friendship bracelets. Kind of like, I feel like in Taylor Swift, everyone was doing this, right?
Yeah.
So I want to bond with my fellow passengers.
哇，我想要这个。
你来自哪里？
我来自桂林。
你为什么要去摩河呢？
因为我在今年的10月份去到了中国大陆的最南端南极村南极点，然后我想在过年之前去一趟北极村北极点。
哎哇，你为什么有这个目标呢？
因为我觉得我上学上了20几年，然后我觉得我也应该要多走一点路，因为我在学校待了太长的时间。为了丰富我的人生阅历，为了开阔我的人生，丰富我的心胸，就是我希望我活得更开放、更自由一点，所以我想去最南的地方，也想去最北的地方。
I was excited to catch this train to ask people like why they want to go to Mohe, because I feel like people who want to go to Mohe, they've got a reason. Like you don't just pass by Mohe, it's a place that you go for a reason. 我想问一下，为什么要去坐这个车？哦，你不是坐摩河是吧？
对对，我是探亲，我就是这儿的人。
哦，有意思，因为我感觉这个火车的人
都是旅游的，
所以你还是坐这个车回家。
对，因为我们那个地方是小县城，然后只有2趟车到我们家，就是这趟车和那个7041，这趟车已经改版升级了的，之前很久以前都是慢车，我回趟家可能要19个小时。
哦，现在呢？
现在就是12个小时、13个小时，就已经提速了，是已经有点改变了家乡的以前的那种记忆了。可能以前我们都是来回的，可能都是东北人，现在就是每次回到那边去的时候，就是很多车上都是不同的面孔，然后不同的口音。这次我们是第一次碰到外国人，
太好了。Some people even came to practice English with me. Where are you going?
I'm going to 加格达奇。
Oh, you're not going to Mohe.
Not.
Why are you going to Jagadasi? Why?
My job in this.
Oh, so you're not a tourist. Not tourist.
Not tourist.
You.
Oh man. Forgive me, my dirty face.
Your dirty face?
对。
You don't have a dirty face. You have a very nice face. Hey, do you want a bracelet? 这个我送给你。
Oh, thank you.
Welcome to Australia. Australia.
You.
I am from Australia.
You from Australia.
Welcome.
Oh, thank.
这是我。
Oh, well, 1 million follower.
Yes. And now one more. Thank you.
I will in your video.
Yes, you will be in my video for sure. You have made the cut. You have a good energy.
But my.
You don't have a dirty face. You have a clean face. I wish you a very good journey. I wish you 身体健康，年年有余，万事如意。
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. You made my day. Thought I'd take you on a bit of a train tour. As you've already seen, this is my cabin here. At the end of every cabin, you have a very important place. This is where you get your hot water. We're going to be using that later because this train actually doesn't have a dining cart. So this is your best friend on a train. Moving through the cabin, you'll see there are a line of chairs and small tables on the right here where people can sit and chill. And then at the other end of the carriage, you'll find a washroom and of course a toilet. Something I was also interested in coming on this train are what are people doing for fun on this train for 17 hours? This seems to be the #1 entertainment so far. In between every cabin, there's like a bit of a cold spot where you can decorate the windows with handprints and of course take pictures. And people are not messing around when it comes to these photo shoots. When we walked through the carriage a little earlier, I noticed that a lot of people were doing their makeup and I was like, what are they doing their makeup for now? Like surely tomorrow morning. This is why. For this photo. Maybe we're missing out. Maybe we need to be taking photos. 你好，看起来你拍照很专业，你可以帮我拍一个吗？可以。OK， 谢谢。我不知道应该怎么。和你去教他。我想掏出我的抖音。OK。
喜欢哪一种类型的？
我都喜欢，你拍都好看。可以哦，这个好，我很开心。
就是你想要那种生命力很强、表现力很强的照片吗？
可以。
也很漂亮的。
I really need to level up my photo skills because here in China, you haven't been somewhere if you haven't taken a picture, and it's been elevated to this art form. And for many, taking photos is part of the fun of the journey itself. That brings us to a very important part of our program. Some might argue on this channel the most important part, which is dinner. This is a topic I wanted to explore in this video, traveling food in China, because this is a cuisine unto itself. And I have Shan Shan here to explain to us the holy trinity of
Chinese traveling food.
So there is actually a ritual in terms of riding trains in China, especially green skin train. There is kind of the food, there's the nostalgic in Chinese people's mind. I was originally telling Amy that there are a couple of things you have to get. So first, there is instant noodle. It's not just every instant noodle. For our memory, there is this Kang Shifu red braised beef brisket instant noodle. And why? Because it was one of the earliest, most like a modern instant noodles coming to China. It's the smell of the green train. When you start putting hot water, when we get on the train, you probably already can smell that thing. And then with instant noodle, it's kind of like a plane in terms of nutrition. So sometimes people also get 铁蛋. It's a kind of like a vacuum sealed braised egg that you put in. That's kind of your main dish. And how do you spend the rest of the time? You have fruits and you have guazi. Guazi is like sunflower seeds, and it's kind of just pastime stuff.
Well, you know what? I actually brought something myself. This is about to be really boring for Chinese people, but really interesting for foreigners because this is a instant heating hot pot that you can do anywhere. I haven't tried this one before. This one's actually from Haidilao, not sponsored, but I do love Haidilao. And it's a fragrant, spicy meatball self-heating hot pot meal. And it comes with a 2 chili rating. Also, I would like to note how small our table is.
This is my hand. This is the width.
So I'm doing my absolute best vlogging in these conditions, but I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, so how this works is basically you open it up and you'll see lots of bags inside. This one's got meatballs, this one's got fresh veggies like potato and lotus root, then a bag for the vermicelli noodles, then our hot pot sauce base, then simply add some water to fill it up. But we're not done here yet. We have our final bag, which contains another bag, which is our heating device. You add it to the compartment under our hot pot, add some water to it, and within a minute, it's steaming. 15 minutes later, it's ready to eat.
Ooh, it smells amazing. Look at that.
Look at the steam.
Look at this. Look at this.
I do feel jealous about you have fresh vegetables versus I have sad vegetables.
It smells like Haidilao hot pot.
And I cannot believe how hot this gets. This was like scald your mouth hot.
Cooked. Totally.
It's great. I mean, it's spicy. Wow.
Whoa.
The noodles are great. They're nicely cooked. Tastes like lotus root. But
哎，这个汤好吃。
这是什么？
来，
哦
送给你吃了。
哦，这是什么？来自哪里？
来自咱们漠河。你家是俄罗斯的吗？
我是澳大利亚的。
澳大利亚的。这个梅子是对我们的身体非常好，不知道你听说过没有？少吃糖，多吃果，常吃梅子不上火，越吃越败火。女人吃了美，男人吃了帅，老头吃了比火车跑得快。
I actually ended up buying a packet.
I actually kind of like this. I've never done that before. I've never bought something from a train, but I just
Fantastic.
He had a nice vibe about him,
Yeah.
and yeah, he really sold it to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's somehow a part of the train experience.
Yeah.
They come around and they
Yeah.
try and sell snacks.
Yeah.
They're always local snacks. Like
Yeah.
if you're traveling through Anhui, they'll be selling Anhui local snacks. Apparently, this is coming from
No.
not this one. Oh, I haven't even bought the local snack. Jesus. Well, back to my hot pot I go.
But yeah, that was our dinner on the speed train. Before long, people started winding down to head to sleep, so time to get ready for bed.
I actually think I'm gonna have a really good night's sleep. The slow motion of the train. I have, a kid and a lady, so less likely to have snoring. Oh.
你要不要聊一聊？
我们可以说英文。
对，
英语课。
口语。
But saved by the bell, it seems. The lights turned off promptly at 10 p.m. See you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It is so beautiful outside. I wanted to wake up early to have a nice sunrise moment. Turns out I didn't really need to set an alarm because they turn on the lights at 6:30 a.m. So nice alarm. I'm here in time for sunrise. But yeah, we arrive in our destination in about 3.5 hours. So this morning is just for looking out the window, enjoying the scenery, eating guazi, reading a book. What I like to do when I'm home is put on reading ambience so that I read, and then on the TV there's like a nice backdrop, but I feel like I am in the ambience right here. So I'm gonna soak up all of this free reading ambience time, and I guess I'll see you guys when we arrive in Mohe. Well, after 17 hours on this train, we have finally arrived in Mohe, and I am particularly interested to see how cold it feels like. I have personally only ever felt minus 25 minimum, but during the night. It's currently minus 26 during the day. Let's see how it actually feels. 谢谢. Oh, I can feel it. But I also feel prepared. I'm also a little bit smug, like, haha, I beat you cold, I don't feel you just yet. Just like that, we have arrived in China's most northern city.
Yes.
But spoiler alert, this isn't where our adventure ends. Yes, we're gonna explore a little bit in the next few hours, get a coffee, have some food, but we're actually gonna be going to China's most northern inhabited
All the way
village.
to the north.
Like going to Beihongsun. So actually, you've come through with the connections because of a past project you worked on. You know the village leader, the Cunzhang of Beihongsun. So he's actually waiting here for us to pick us up, which is so sweet. Hello, ni hao. So funny. I can feel the snot freezing in my nostrils. And Cunzhang, he said, oh, today's really warm. It's so warm. And you should see what he's wearing. He's wearing hardly anything, just like a small sweater, a very light jacket, and he's like, I'm not cold. And arriving in Mohe, you could really tell who's local and who's not. I can't believe how little clothing people are wearing in minus 26 degrees. It's wild. As for us, we couldn't spend more than 15 minutes or so outside, so thank goodness for Luckin Coffee. Okay, I need to explain for my foreign friends watching this. Luckin Coffee is the coffee shop in China that is winning the coffee game right now because you'll find them absolutely everywhere. Historically, coffee shops are only in like the biggest of the cities, the most cosmopolitan of areas, but Luckin Coffee you will find in the smallest village, and they actually do quite decent coffee and also very affordable coffee. This cost me 9.9 renminbi, which is what, like $1, $1.50 American? After warming up, we were ready to explore more of Mohe.
I don't know if you saw that, but his snot turned to dust in the air.
If you've ever wondered what a fruit shop looks like in minus 26 degrees, everything is frozen. There's some strawberries here, frozen through. I believe this might even be durian. This is a dongli, a frozen pear. Past the local fruit store, now here's the local butcher. Good thing is they don't need to invest in freezers here to store their meat. Just put it outside and it just freezes. Hey, they have taxis here. Huh. It's a fully functioning city. There's some interesting architecture as well.
Yeah, a lot of Russian or Soviet Union elements because it's very close.
It is. We are very close to the border of Russia now that you mention it.
What I've heard is that there are a lot of Russian descents living around this area. So they speak perfectly northern dialect and they are already Chinese, but they look Russian.
Look what they've done for the trees. They've crocheted them to keep them warm. This one's a cool one. It's got a chicken on it. It's got a mushroom on it. One of the typical dishes that you'll find in Dongbei is called xiaojidun mogu. So I think this is somehow to do with that. I guess in a town with winters this long and cold, crocheting makes perfect sense. Creating for warmth has transformed into creating for passing the time, and it seems it's become part of the town's visual identity itself. Talking of visual identity, they really love their snowmen here. But it's about time we head inside to escape the cold again, and we're in for the most warming, comfy meal you can imagine. This, my friends, is the roast chicken of my dreams. Oh my gosh. Golden, slightly crispy skin, tender flesh. This chicken is next level.
Oh, 好吃。
可能是我一辈子最好吃的鸡肉。
一会儿给我点评评。
This is like majestic chicken.
Yeah,
like it does not get better than that.
Yeah, because it has also the scent of the smokiness to it. It's like infused into the meat.
The skin is wonderful. It's so thin and crispy, and then the meat is so tender. Look at this.
Oh my god.
Have you ever tried a dongli before? This is great. I feel like this whole video has been teasing dongli. We've seen photos of it in the train. We've seen it at the market. This is something you see all over Dongbei in winter. It's essentially a pear that's gone through a repeated cycle of freezing and thawing. That process breaks down the pear's cell walls, which is why it turns black. But it also removes a lot of the acidity and makes it incredibly juicy. That's exactly why the frozen pear is elite. The texture of it is just like unlike a pear when it's you're doing it like xiaolongbao style. You can tell you come from Nanjing.
It's written in my DNA.
With that, we have made it to Mohe. We've made it to China's most northern city, but this is not China's most northern inhabited spot. There are places, there are villages more north, and that's actually where our trip is ultimately taking us, where hopefully we can see the northern lights, play around in the snow. It's going to be cold, but according to him, really
Today is
warm.
nothing.
It's like a tropical holiday for him today, apparently. So stay tuned for that in next week's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here and going on this adventure with me.
Thank you, Amy.
As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed to Shan Shan's channel as well. And we will see you next week from here in the very north of China.
Thanks.
Bye.
Adios.